So today is day 48, and now I can officially say it has happened. It happened to us. It happened to us this morning. And I didn't think it was going to happen to us, but it's happened to us.
And the dog let him know that it was happening to us.
So this morning at 5:20 something, 5:30 something in the morning, Paisley starts barking.
Because we're in the back. We're sleeping in the back with the deck down.
And Paisley goes barking. And
Goes barking.
And I look out the window thinking somebody's going to be walking around. And guess what it was?
Cows.
A whole day old herd of cows.
They were going between our camper and Ray's and going down that hill over there. And one of them tried to chew on the slide a little bit. One of them pulled the kingpin lock off of Mike's RV because he didn't have it on there correctly, apparently.
It's a good thing the cow showed him how to unlock his kingpin. But
I think it wasn't locked all the way, or there was a piece missing or something. So
anyway, so this morning I woke up early, saw the sun rise,
Yep.
and then...
And we did see the Milky Way last night, but it was way above us. And
it was way above us?
I mean, it wasn't like out in that direction. It was more upright. So that would
never guessed the Milky Way would have been way above us.
But my point is,
Did she do the eye roll?
even with all of our lights off, you can't really see, but off in the distance there is a city, and their lights were on, and it wasn't optimal for taking pictures. So we got to see it, and we got to see all the crazy stars, but it wasn't a good photo op.
So I would come back to the wall. Now, there wasn't a whole lot around here for us to do. It wasn't my place. It wasn't the wall, drugstore.
Well, there was a missile silo, but it wasn't open by the time we went. So there's a couple things that if and when we come back here again, we might check out.
But to come relax, sit and see the cattle, sitting.
And you're going to want to
quiet.
come the right time of year when the weather's good. So like it was good for us this time, but I don't know that it's typical for it to be that cool because it was hot before we got here. So I would check the weather. The breeze is amazing. The sights are amazing.
So have you camped on a wall? Have you had the cattle? And it's mating season too. Big time.
I don't know that it's mating season. There's a ton of babies, but they were definitely practicing.
So have you been on a wall? Have the cows bumped up against your camper? Have you had what we had? Because everybody talked about it, and I thought...
And we thought we were going to miss out.
We were going to miss, and they didn't disappoint this morning.
They waited. Last night, they were coming down over that hill, and we thought they're coming, and they just didn't. But this morning...
So this is a place I would come back and stay.
Absolutely.
The sites here where you park, some of them aren't really, really level. But the one we got 4 of us in here without any issues. So I would come back here. The weather was beautiful for us. The wind was blowing. The scenery was nice. And we watched the cows all night last night while we ate dinner, which was pretty cool.
It might even be pretty earlier in the season or a little later in the season. It might be cooler.
So we're getting ready to hook up now, and we're getting ready to go to another Harvest Host. And this Harvest Host has been excited for us to come. Like he's called us.
He and his wife are going to come hang out with us. He's got us at a special place where we can have a campfire, and they're going to come sit and congregate with us, drink a beer or an adult beverage, maybe even grab some dinner, and I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So let's hook up and head on over there and see what we have, see what's in store for us there, because it seemed like it's going to be pretty fun. Maybe we'll get the cornhole boards out too.
That'll be fun. All right, well, I'm going to go pull the slide in and grab the pup. You get your truck ready.
All right, see you guys there.
See you there. So it turns out this might be on my list of favorite Harvest Hosts.
How many are you going to keep having on your list? You keep
I
adding
have
more and more.
certain ones for different parts of the country.
Oh.
This can be my favorite Buffalo Harvest Host. Buffalo Ranch Harvest Host.
There's no such thing as a buffalo.
It's called a Buffalo Ranch. Buffalo and Bison. I'm sure I'll stir quite the controversy, but I've been instructed by multiple people now, both our hosts here and at the national park, that the name is used interchangeably. Even though they are two different animals, they got the state at the national park. It was something about, it was a French term. Bison is a French term. And so then because it was here, it would be the bison, the bison, bison, the bison, 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 and nobody wanted to call it a bison, 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 so they called it a buffalo.
So how cool would
because it resembled a buffalo.
How cool would Bison Bison Bill be?
Yeah,
that's why it's called Buffalo Bill.
Bison Bison Bill would sound silly, but Buffalo Bill sounds right.
These are 100% pure buffalo bison. The reason they're called buffalo, maybe you know, don't know. Europeans come over and they seen them. They thought they looked like the Cape or water buffalo, so they nicknamed them buffalo. Actually, they're their own species, bison. Period.
Anyhow, whether
Just
you want to call it
the Bison Bills.
It doesn't matter if you want to call it a bison or a buffalo. Whatever you want to call it, they have them here at the Steinke Ranch. They process them here so you can get fresh buffalo.
85% of the buffalo that you buy in the grocery store, they are fed in a feedlot like cattle. Feed them junk, put a little molasses on them, and that's what they get to eat until they get fat, and then they get processed. The quick buck deal again. Mine are out in the pasture until the day before they go to the processor. That's what their life consists of. I just processed the bulls. I process them at around 1,000 to 1,200 pounds. A bull will grow to the age, to be fully mature, he'll grow till the age of 6. At that time, he can be anywhere from 1,800 to 2,100 pounds.
Good gracious. That's a big
life
boy.
expectancy roughly is about 25 years to 30.
They also have eggs. He also has bees, so he has honey for sale. He did quite a good job explaining like what he does, what the process is, all the things to us, and we really enjoyed it.
They can run 35 mile an hour.
So don't try that one.
Gestation period on them is 283 days.
Oh, wow.
The calves are born, and you just kind of missed it. I got some of this another herd, but when the calves are born, they're cinnamon or paprika colored, and then as they grow older, they get dark. As you can see, if you went past these, they're starting to get dark now.
Yep.
I had a guy ask me the other day, so what's their hooves like? Well, their hoofs look just like cattle.
Okay.
They don't look like horses or mules. They do look like cattle. They're smarter than cattle. They can take the winters a lot better than cattle. Actually, their genitalia is better adapted to being outside than beef cattle, due to the fact is the buffaloes on the bulls, their is up higher and a lot smaller than on a beef bull. Same way with the cows. Their udder is up in the body of the cow more, and she has small. Okay? And so they don't freeze her off in the wintertime. If you can read between the lines.
Yeah,
We're
for
back
sure.
to pay-per-view.
Right? Hey, some of it has been left.
When they have a baby, it don't take long. Due to the fact, yes, they are a wild animal yet. They spit them out as fast as they can. The sac that the babies contain in is not very much. All of it's due for predators. They don't want to leave a trail of scent, and they want that calf in and out, or out
Quick.
as fast as possible.
Right.
And within a few hours, he can run pretty close to 30 mile an hour. So
Wow.
yeah, they are. The little guys are born with horns. At the time they're born, they're just little nubs.
Okay.
Um,
That's cool.
Anybody got a question you want to stump me with?
Do they have any scent when they're first born? Or is
Do
there-
the calves?
Yeah, the calves.
I've never smelled one.
I'm just asking.
No, I don't have any idea.
No, because I know like an elk or deer,
Sure.
usually they have about 2 days before they start to get a scent.
You know, that I don't know.
Okay.
The only thing I can tell you is the bison, buffalo, whatever, they're the largest land mammal in North America, and they're the top dogs.
Yeah.
The only thing that can kind of whip them and have a good fight is a grizzly bear.
Wow.
Otherwise, they're the top dog. If I throw buffalo, cattle, and horses in the same pen, if I would, buffalo eat first, the horses, and then the cattle.
How funny.
Wow.
And the everyone in the buffalo herd, you notice that they stay in a herd always. Most likely, they're always in a herd. They kind of eat all together, and they kind of take a rest all together, and that's just That's how they are.
Okay.
And everybody's got their own number, not in their ear or whatever, in their head. There's a pecking order.
I was gonna say there's a pecking
There's
order.
a pecking order. For instance, when I like feed cattle, I say I take a hay bale out there in the wintertime, and I say I got 30 head of cows. Well, them cows will eat, they'll maul that bale, they're all over the top of it. You do the same thing with the herd of buffalo. There'll be 4 or 5 buffalo eating on it, and the rest will be staying over here waiting their turn.
Oh,
Till it's their turn, and then they get to eat.
so they're like pack animals.
Like what?
Like pack animals. Like my dogs. Like our dogs. Our dogs decide who, like they decide
Okay.
who's the boss and
So
who's
anyhow,
not.
there you have
Yeah.
that deal.
That's cool.
And they
So
are
I'll be
tough.
eating first.
So you have no natural predators around here.
Not even close.
Well, that's
The only
good.
predator they
You
got
don't
is
have to
a
worry about
Is
that.
you.
Man,
the
that's,
man with a gun. If man
Right,
didn't
right.
have a gun, some people, because I guess some people that come from wherever, Missouri, Wyoming, Montana, they want one of these on their wall at their office, or they want a rug and they want the meat also, so they'll come out with their bow and arrow or their gun to harvest one. And they go, well, that ain't much of a deal. Well, how big a deal do you want to have it? Do you want to chase them 3 miles with a pickup? Probably not, because then the meat's going to be terrible. Or you just want to. And when we do pick out one to actually harvest, it takes us about an hour and a half to actually get one, because when you say I let them pick out the one they want. So you can have this bull, this bull, this bull. When they pick out the one they want, I mean, you almost think that particular buffalo heard you say you're the one. It'll take you an hour and a half or longer to catch up with him, because what he'll do is he'll always sneak in behind another buffalo so you can't get a clear shot. The
You said
guy
that's smart.
that shoots with bow and arrow, he's a professional hunter. He hunts all over the world. Actually, he hunts about every 10th day of the week. He goes all over. He's hunted here twice. He likes my buffalo meat.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, he's hunted here with the long bow. He's also hunted here with the compound bow. And both times it's taken him 5 arrows. And these are vital shots.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
They're smart critters.
They're smart and they're tough.
They're tough. They're tough. They're built tough. From the front shoulders on the head, they're tough. Now, when you get out there and look at them, whatever, you'll notice, you know how your spine, your vertebrae is basically on the top of your back? Okay, on a buffalo, if you notice, they kind of got that hump that raises up a little bit. Where that hump is, off the spine, attached to their vertebrae, it's still the same bone. But they got a bone that sticks up like this to hold that hump up across there.
So what purpose does the hump serve?
The
So you
hump,
can ride them better so you don't fall forward.
that's
Yeah, I don't
right,
think that's
in case
it.
You get, in case, unlike them things, see?
You don't want to go over forward because
Yeah.
that's what horns are. So hold you still.
Are you going to be riding later?
It's
If it gets me enough beer, maybe we'll try something else. But I got to be in bed at 8, so we got to hurry up.
Them
you
short,
told
little,
me 9
Well,
tonight,
today it's
them
8,
short
I'm
little
gonna-
legs, you ain't getting up on one of them buffalo for sure.
but they have them because they use their big when they fight,
Okay.
and they got them great big heads. They're heavier, heck, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they use them also to bulldoze the snow in the wintertime. So it's all part of their system to
Huh.
take on the natural
That's cool.
of stuff.
So they don't mind you going out there and riding around?
He didn't tell you.
Once
He didn't
it-
say you were coming back. He just
Once in
wanted to know if
a
you were going for a ride.
once in a while, it's kind of fair. It's kind of funny. They're a very smart animal, but they can kind of figure what state you are from, and they prefer other people before others.
They don't like Virginians.
They don't like them
if they
Easterners.
smell a rifle in the truck, forget it. You ain't getting near them.
I would be the one they'd charge.
No, you're not from California.
The side by side can do 37. They can only do 35. We're okay.
Took us on a ride. I don't know that he does it for everybody, but I inquired about, can you touch the buffalo? How up close and personal?
You know
can get?
she wants to pet them. She wants to comb them. She wants to do all brush.
You're
'em.
not allowed. So
Well, you're allowed. They'll let you do it.
No, even he said, no, that's not smart, but I can take you for a ride out into the pasture. And so we did. And what was super cool was,
Well, he saw 2
because they tend to be like
pack animals.
pack animals, or they stay within their herd. But as we were sitting there looking at them, and he was telling us about certain ones and like the age and the size and that kind of thing, and they had several babies that were turning from that cinnamon color that they're born with to the darker color. So like you could kind of see where they had different like patches where their fur was changing to their adult fur. Two buffaloes started walking away from the herd, and he said, that's really odd. That's not typical behavior. So we followed them.
So we said, let's go follow them.
Because they would walk and then they would turn back around and look at us. And
They were like they were calling us over there.
There were two little babies, and when I say little, they're not really.
They're bigger
little,
than Paisley already.
But he figured they had either been born today or maybe late yesterday, little babies. So that was kind of cool. It was the first time he had seen them, and so we were there to see them, so that was cool. He also has beef here, but he sells the cattle. Like, he doesn't process the beef here. And they have horses that are still working horses in that, like, cowboy working horses. They use them to round up the herd and that kind of thing, which we were told at one of our previous stops that there's not a lot of that goes on anymore. People tend to use side-by-sides and that kind of thing to gather their herds. So that was kind of cool.
So let's talk about our harvest host part of it, though. When we came in,
well, he has like 2,000 acres. So we pulled in, and it takes you to his home, and he brought us back to a spot where he had mowed a huge area for us. The 5 of us are comfortably parked, and he even has an area where there's a basketball goal, there's horseshoes out, that little, I don't know,
rope
it's a
toss.
camping game that you toss the rope with
Ball
little
toss,
balls
rope
on the
toss.
other end. I don't know what it's called. He had a little putting green area with the grass, and he had little putters for us to use, and the basketballs were here, like all the stuff. He has a shooting range that you can use, and he had a huge area mowed with the campfire. And then he and his wife Deanne, Al and his wife Deanne, and another couple, I don't remember their names, but it was friends of theirs, all came over.
well, one of them was Don.
His name was Don.
Oh.
I don't remember his wife's name, but they all came over and hung out with us for a good while last night around the campfire, and we just sat and drank and carried on and just had a good time. So it was good people, good stop, good place.
You can tell she really liked this place.
I really liked it.
I didn't even give it a chance to put a word.
I
in,
really,
so.
really liked it. So yeah, it's not a winery. It's not a, like, it's just different.
He is,
I've been looking forward to it because of the buffalo, because I do enjoy a good buffalo steak.
he is challenging me to have a camp out here.
Uh,
And you know what happened
Similar to
last
the
time?
horse farm.
Last time at Sutler's Post, we started at 15 and we gained to 78 or 79. He has
think-
2,000 acres here.
I don't think it's going to be as easy for you here, though, because we
but he's
know more
challenging me.
people on
He's
the East
challenging
Coast.
me, though.
So if that is something you'd be interested in doing, coming to a camp out here on the Steinke Buffalo Ranch, you need to let us know so we can try to make that happen. And timing won't be as easy as it is for us at the horse farm, because
It's cold.
it gets cold here, so you don't have as many months to plan an event like that. So anyway, if that's something you're interested in, it won't be this year. Perhaps next year we could put it together, but you can check them out. It's the Steinke Buffalo Ranch in Colome. I'm not sure that's how you say it. South Dakota, Colome, South Dakota. So you can check them out. And yeah, I don't know. It was just a
Like
fun
I
stop.
said, didn't get a chance to talk.
It was a fun stop. Well, there was animals involved, so he's not the big animal lover
But-
like I am. So it was good fun.
I'm going to shut her up now because I'm getting tired. And I'm going to go to bed because we have a long drive day tomorrow and it's supposed to rain. So we have to get up early tomorrow and get hooked up and get out of here. So
It's going to either rain here and or at the campground we're going to. So either way, it's not going to be a fun travel day. But anyhow, it'll
we're
be
going
good.
to bed, guys.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.